In this session, we cover extended grid formatting. To begin the demonstration, we're going to show a basic matrix grid changed to the Europe theme provided in the standard install of Pyramid. The first thing that we can do is we can change entire parts of the grid wholesale using the row levels function and the column levels function from the dialog boxes. When these settings are applied, they're applied to the entire structure for rows or columns, and we can even turn readability settings on and off for the entire grid using the readability switch. This technique is a great way to make wholesale changes to a grid without doing any customized selections. Hitting the reset formatting button will take us back to the original theme. In the next part, we're going to use the more defined formatting capabilities using the Format toolbar. Without selecting anything on the grid, if we change the background color to white, it'll change the entire grid's background color set, including rows and columns, to white. We can use the same technique to change the colors of the borders and even turn the horizontal and vertical border lines on or off for the entire grid with these straightforward clicks. By choosing just the columns flyout menu, we're able to change just the columns section of the grid without changing the rows or the data section. Here, we've decided to set all column headers to centered and bold. Another thing that we can do is turn on table handles. These are upper and lower bound border lines that encapsulate the data section. In the next section, we're going to make specific selections on the grid and change the formatting of those selections. Here we have highlighted the sales columns, and by choosing a color, we're going to change all colors of the sales columns to red, including the data and the column headers themselves. In the next example, we're just going to focus on 2019 and change its foreground color to blue. You'll notice that cells remain red since they are the inner selection and override the outer selection from 2019. In the next step, we're going to reset our grid again by clearing all the customized formatting that was applied on top of the grid. Now we will select our sales values again, and this time only edit the data section of our selection. This will exclude the column headers from the formatting options. Here we've set the background color to light pink. In this scenario, we're now going to only edit the column headers of our selection, in this case quantity, to dark red. And last, we're going to now select the entire row, make it bold, whereas in the next example, we're only going to format the data selection and make the font blue. The permutations and options using the combinations of selections and the different flyout menus will give you tremendous ability to edit and customize the way your grids look and operate inside Pyramid. One key capability is that regardless of how much you change the underlying query, your existing formatting will predominantly remain intact. This will work regardless how much you slice, dice, spin, and pivot your existing grid and query.